Hey everybody, this is Curtis Harden, your Autel Diagnostic Consultant. It's about 7:10 a.m. right now, and the reason why I did this presentation, I'm just really excited because this is a game changer. And if I sound like a pedophile, guys, it's because it's late and I don't want to wake anybody up here, especially the wifey. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to finance your Autel tool. Alright, and it's not going to be the traditional way of how it's done. Alright, for those who don't know me, I'm an official Autel Diagnostic Consultant. These are just some of my many, few accomplishments. I'm not just, someone who sells tools. I actually specialize in the programming aspect of it, and I do other things too, SEO, customer creation. I can help you guys, make a customer out of thin air. And one of the things I'm going to show you now is my website and development skills. So in this episode, I want to share with you a new way to finance any Autel scanner. I'm looking for a limited number of participants who would like to apply on this new platform, and best of all, guys, there's no banks involved. Okay, it's not a loan shark thing. It's completely legit. It's not going to be your traditional way of financing. All right, this allows me to assist my clients more than what the banks will be able to do. All right, so let me show you the problem I'm solving to help you, give you a little background of how I came up with the idea. A few weeks ago, I was helping out a client apply for financing as he wanted to purchase the MaxiSys Elite. The financial provider that I was using has several strict requirements. They require a financial statement, not a bank statement, but a complete financial statement that you would get from your accountant. This will show the bank the health of your company financially. And another requirement is they need to be in business for a minimum of 2 years. And then on the application, it just has some general information, but you need your government issued ID. So my client turned all this stuff in and everything looked good, but on the application they said that he wouldn't be able to qualify because he wasn't from this country. He was from I think it was from Egypt or something like that. But he had the financial statement. He's been in business for 10 years. So that little requirement right there, the banks didn't accept his loan. He wasn't able to get it. So over the course of the year, I started to see a number of clients who failed to qualify simply because they did not have one of the three requirements. They were missing one of them, and it was frustrating. Some would have they'd be in business for years and they didn't have the financial statement. They have all the bank statements, but they didn't have the financial statements. And when I looked at the bulk of my clients, a lot of these guys, they work at home. They do this on the side. And they don't have a huge operation where they need to hire an accountant and stuff like that. So that's when I sat down and asked myself this question: how can I get my clients the correct funding in order to get the tools they need, preferably without a bank? All right, so I mean, there was some deep thought into this, and the way I work is this: like, I don't when I have an idea, I don't care how outlandish it is, I always think there is a way to accomplish that, and it always attracts to me. So this is what I came up with. I got the idea, put it on paper, made a prototype, and the concept is I'm going to invest in you guys myself. All right, and a few of my friends thought it was a pretty optimistic idea, but I wanted to test the concept, and I found a buddy of mine. He worked in an auto shop for about 6 years, and he recently decided to venture out on his own. So he was a perfect candidate, brand new, no type of, financial, history. Like the banks would not touch him. He wanted the MD-802, which was good for me because it wasn't that like a high-end tool. It was relatively cheap for me, and the banks will not give him a loan since he's considered a risk. He doesn't have those minimum requirements. So what I did was I devised a new type of like a new concept to come up with a credit score that is calculated by taking into account the amount of verified information I received from him. Alright, so this has nothing to do with your previous credit score. This is a brand new formula that I use to see your credit worthiness. Alright, just to give you an example, I got his ID, I got some referrals, and I did some phone verification, just to validate that this is him. And then in addition to that, I got more validation from his social network. So Facebook, LinkedIn, PayPal, Twitter, all these were sources of validation. All right, the more sources of verification he was able to provide to me, the lower his interest rate became, and the more he was able to qualify for a bigger loan amount. All right, so this is just an example. If you're rated an A, you can apply and be qualified for the Max UCC Elite. If you're a B, you can get the Pro. If you're a C, you can get the MS 906, and if you're a D, you can get the MD 802. Okay, so that's how it's a grading scale: A, B, C, and D. All right, and the terms can be 60, 90, or 180 days. Like 6 months or something like that. All right, so this pleased my client so much because he was able to get the tool he wanted without using the traditional banking system. He now can diagnose cars, charge them for the diagnostic, and make the profit. So after that experiment, I'm looking for some more beta testers who would like to participate in the program. And if this is you, here's what you need to have prepared in order to apply. All right. First is your government ID or passport. I need a clear copy of it. All right. Second, I need an official document that shows your address and it has your name on it. So it can be a utility bill, or even on some people's bank statement, it'll have all the information on there. And then I need at least 3 months bank statement. All right. I'm just going to give you a quick diagram of some of the verifications that will help you get a better score. Okay. So as you can see on the top, your ID. All right. On the left, your 3 months bank statement. All right. There's some social networks. There's a few other ones on there, but as I said, the more you're able to give me, the more it'll help your score. Phone verification. The way this works is you're going to be sent a code to your phone, and once you get that code, you pop it in on the website, and then it'll basically validate that this is you. This is your phone. And referrals. The referrals, we have a quick button where it will send a message to your Facebook wall, and any people who know you, who are good friends of you, can put in a good word. This will also help your score. Okay, and then proof of address. All right. Then after this is done, we'll be able to determine your score. And as I said, the more verified sources of information, it will increase your credit score. All right. So after you upload your documents, then the next step is to publish your loan for the machine you're applying for. And it's very simple. You'll have a little web form that you fill in, how much you want to apply for, and then you give a description here and a title of what tool you want. And the more you put in your description that sells yourself, the better that people like myself will believe in you and want to invest in you. Okay, and then as you can see here, on the top is where your post will be once you publish your tool. And then people like myself can invest in it, and it can be any amount. And also, these people here can be your friends, it can be your family, they can be your coworkers, anybody who wants to help you acquire this tool. It's kind of like crowdfunding, but the investors are getting a return on investment. All right. So as you can see here, let's just say based on your credit score, you got a 6% interest rate. All right. This progress bar in the middle is like how much of the full amount has been funded, and this indicates like how long the campaign is going for, and this is like the yield for the investor. All right. So you can send this link to your friends, family, and clients to help you fund your tool, and in return they will get I made a mistake here, a calculated return on investment. All right. So once funded, I will send you the tool, and all you have to do is pay the monthly installment until your loan is complete. This is a really simple, no BS way to get the financing for your tool. Best of all, it doesn't have any regional restrictions, and your previous history doesn't have any influence on how we establish your score. All right, it's all calculated. So if you're interested and you want and you think this idea will be beneficial for you, press the thumbs up button, and let me know what you think in the comments below. And what I'll do is I'll get back with you, and I'll just do my initial screening, and I'll walk you through the process. It should take more or less a week to get validated with your identity, and then maybe another, once funded, it'll take another week to get the machine shipped to you. And yeah, all you got to do is just make your payments, and that's pretty much it. It just dawned on me too, this will also apply for people who need to purchase updates. So I know a lot of people who don't want to fork up, like say if you have a MaxiSys Pro, those go for $1,200. Well, you can basically apply on this platform, and then we'll fund you the full amount, and then you can just pay it in a 6-month duration. You can chunk it up that way. That way you don't have to fork it up all that money at once. Okay, so if you're interested, please leave your feedback. I would like to get your input on it. And yeah, thanks so much. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.